Good day, everybody. My name is Kevin Hogan. I'm the author of The Science of Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion, 22 other books translated into 43 languages all around the world. That's a whole bunch of languages, and I can only thank you for that, making the demand. It's just awesome. I appreciate it so much. Today, getting agreement today. You're communicating with somebody today in the biggest interruption society that we've ever had on planet Earth. There's never been anything like this. Nothing. We almost live in an ongoing cataclysm, an ongoing earthquake, an ongoing mad society. So when you're getting the opportunity to communicate with somebody face to face, you need to close the deal, if you will, like right now, but without pressure, because pressure, it doesn't work anymore. You can't pressure people into doing stuff. The resistance and reactance of people today is greater than it has ever been. It's greater than it's ever been. People are said no to more often now than they ever have been. The number of salespeople that are doing a good job is shrinking. The number of salespeople who are doing a poor job is increasing all the time. It's not necessarily the fact that they're bad salespeople, it's just they don't understand what's happening. So we want to ask, if we can't get a check today, if we can't get a credit card today, if we can't get money today, if the person's going to have to perform some action that's going to require self-discipline or self-regulation, we probably don't even want to ask for the deal to be completely consummated today. What instead we want to do is get the agreement today and payment next week for it. That is the way that you really want to try to focus on thinking. If you can't get a check today, if you can't get paid today, don't worry about that. Get the agreement, get the signature today, okay? And then let the payment come next week, next month, after you have the signature. If you don't get the signature, you have nothing. A person's word, while interesting, it's not as valuable as it used to be. The signature, though, still holds power. And when people sign that piece of paper, it continues to hold power. So you gain the agreement today, you get paid 6 months from now, or the behavior that you want them to do is going to happen 6 months from now, okay? So they're going to do it. So where are we at? We're in August? I don't even know what month it is. September. So whatever I want them to do, I want them to do it at Christmas time right now. Great. They say, sure, no problem, because they think Christmas is so far away. It's 3.5 months away. We're there. It's essentially around the corner. So I need you to be thinking constantly, not trying to get people to comply today or to take an action today. Just sign the piece of paper for the agreement today. As people are evaluating your proposal, if you ask people to do too much in 2016, you are going to be making a mistake. On average, people want to say yes and no all at the same time. If they're not having a disaster going on in their world, in their life, if it's not horrible, the probability that they're going to want to change is very, very tiny. Inertia is real, and it's never been more real than today. Inertia today is way harder to deal with than it was 30 years ago. And 30 years ago, it was harder to deal with than it was 50 years ago. But today, really tough. So if you're going to get people to change, get them to change, to sign the piece of paper, sign the agreement, to come together on the idea, and then later they can pay for it, later they can take action, later they can begin their weight loss program, they can start that tomorrow, whatever it is. You need to get the agreement, the approval for them to start now. And as you remember that they're going to want to say yes and no to you both at the same time. They want to say yes. People don't want to be like looked at as they're jerks or idiots or something. They really do want to cooperate with you. They want to do what you would like them to do if it makes any sense at all. But just because something's a good idea, just because it's logical, just because it's rational, even if it feels good, is not going to cause most people to move off of where they're at today. Where I'm standing right now, my feet are drilled into the carpeting below me because this is where I'm comfortable talking to you. I'm not moving. It would take a lot for me to move 2 steps to the left or 2 steps to the right. Plus I'd be off camera, which I wouldn't want to do. It would take you'd have to say like there's a snake coming at you. By the way, it's a rattlesnake, the kind that got you in Tombstone, Arizona about 10 years ago. And then I would move. All right. So I don't want to move, and you don't want to move, and they don't want to move. So make sure that when you ask them to move, that you take them on the emotional roller coaster ride. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video. Until then, have a great day, and I'll see you at Influence Boot Camp.